Oh, she's going for it. Ayo guys, it's another Rent-A-Girlfriend Tuesday and it's a saucy one. Remember that really spicy Shizuru dream? Well, this time it's real and it's Ruka. Chapter 402 really sets up Kazuya big time, and as a huge Ruka fan, I hope that this man fails. The way I hope that you guys hit the like and hype buttons on the video, especially that hype button. And also don't forget to subscribe because Rag is not on break next week, so let's keep it going. So onto the chapter. Ruka is here. She is already in Kazuya's apartment and already being the perfect girlfriend. And man, she mentioned that Kazuya got this apartment for a deal like, oh my god, $380? You can't even get a studio for under $1,000 where I live. And as we flip the page, we have a chapter cover page and it's a really cute one. It looks like it's Kazuya and Ruka on a date in a snowy wonderland. I really like the vibe here and I wonder if this has any meaning behind it. Is it about to get cold up in here? Nah, that doesn't make any sense because we're in summer. At least in the story right here where I am, it's raining and it's really cold, so it kind of makes sense. But as we continue the chapter, we can see how cute Ruka really is. Like, look at her here. She is so head over heels for Kazuya and she likes the haircut and compliments it for her and even mentions that it looks even better in person. Sure, Ruka. But yeah, like I said earlier, Kazuya has been taking notes that Ruka really has been a perfect girlfriend lately. Like, first thing, cleaning the dishes as she gets into the apartment, and also since Shizuru hasn't been in the story, at least not between these two, she has not been so jealous lately. Even though she gets a little moment right here of jealousy where she asks like, hey, has any girl been in this apartment? And you know, Kazuya has to lie, but she looks so happy about the lie, so hey, it doesn't hurt her. But even so, Kazuya even notes that she is being a total wifey. And she's so caring, like getting him the right birthday gift as a third-year college student, a card case with a little fish on it because, you know, our guy Kazuya is a total fish head. Hell, Kazuya really likes it as he says it's really cute, but he might not really need it now since everything has been remote lately, which really bums out little Ruka out, and Kazuya notes that, you know, this is one of her cute little innocent charms about her that he really likes, but he reassures her that he will need it sooner or later, and look at her just glow up here. I swear that this chapter has just been straight up Ruka glaze, and I'm here for it. The whole chapter, Kazuya doesn't even know where to look since she's in her summer outfit and has been just so cute throughout the whole chapter. But not only cute, but also being so thoughtful and being really supportive. So yeah, she's being a real wife throughout this whole chapter. And it's really setting up Kazuya for his biggest test yet, but hold up because he has an actual test to fill out right now. This dingus totally forgot that he has an online test for a company interview today, and it takes up to an hour to complete. Like, come on, Kazuya, during the date, really? Of course Ruka is going to lose it, but no, she's being a total supportive girlfriend here and tells him to do his best. More and more reasons on why Ruka is so great, I'm telling you guys. And then Kazuya really starts to lose it here when Ruka starts to catch on that he has been really active lately, and if something happened that she doesn't know of. And I'm telling you, that there is that women's intuition. She's catching on. And well, Kazuya can't tell her that this is all for Shizuru's sake and that it's because he's in his third and final year of college and he has to do all these kinds of things. But even then, Ruka doesn't really buy that reasoning. But as Kazuya tries to focus, the questions on this test are kind of weird. Like, what kind of company is Kazuya even applying for? Is it even in his field? And even though this is kind of a weird thing to do during a date, but Ruka's being really supportive and also taking this test as a learning experience because one day she's gonna have to go through all of this. But also she's being a little bit distracting to Kazuya because of course of that summer outfit, so he asks for a little bit of room. So she does, but she also kind of gazes at Kazuya right here and she looks kind of locked in here, so you know that something is going to happen. Because we have a little bit of a time skip here. Kazuya finishes up his test and Ruka has set the stage. The curtains are closed and you know what's going to happen next. Everyone has noticed but Kazuya, but he has noticed how cute Ruka has been and how great she has been throughout this whole chapter, but at the end of the day, Kazuya is devoted to Shizuru. He just says here that Shizuru is just too amazing, but everyone would just be so jealous of Ruka since she's the kind of girlfriend for everybody. And speaking of her, she returns to the living room in an all-black swimsuit, which is a sign of maturity in Japan. Nothing like those white panties we got to see in the last chapter we got to see these two together in. You know, white is a little too innocent, black is a lot more mature, and you know what that means, right? Well, actually, when it comes to underwear, but Ruka was too shy to show him her underwear, so she comes out in a swimsuit, but hey, we get the message, girl. And Ruka is really going for it here. She is doing her best, even if she is so nervous. She even knows that she's being a little selfish on Kazuya's birthday. But hey, it can be his birthday gift too, but even she says that it's not her birthday, but she's going to go ahead and ask for it, and she puts it on the table. She asks for Kazuya to please do it with her. And of course, Reiji would end the chapter like this. Of course he would. And I know I could look at this chapter really logically and assume that the obvious is going to happen. But then again, I'm a Ruka fan and I really hope that Kazuya messes this up. Guys, I know what this story is. It's a story about Kazuya and Shizuru with many obstacles. But this chapter really sets up Kazuya a 22-year-old virgin, and I don't mean any offense by that, because how do you set up a guy like that in this situation and not go through with it? This is the most sure thing that it's going to happen in his life, and it's happening for the second time. And here he doesn't have to wait for an arbitrary date to start dating someone. This is clear communication, and it's sort of technically his girlfriend. Hell, we didn't even do anything for Ruka's last birthday, and it was her big 18th birthday. The girl has been dying to become a woman, and Kazuya has just been literally giving the key to drive, but we all know how this is going to turn out. Because I know that he is going to turn her down, but not before Reiji has his fun in the next chapter though. But another thing I want to note, that this is not really bode well for Shizuru. I know that everyone is going to compare these two and how Ruka is now a better girlfriend for Kazuya than Shizuru will ever be. At least that's what I expect to hear, but you know, I'm kind of on that boat too as a big Ruka fan. But that's not to say I don't like Shizuru. I'm just like Kazuya in that way. I like Shizuru, but Ruka is just way more amazing to me. That's what makes this chapter so bittersweet for me, because it showcases how great Ruka is, and I've said it so many times in the past. And you know what? I'm going to let my bias come out for this video. We can see that Ruka would have been an amazing girlfriend to Kazuya, and this series could have ended back in chapter 46. But unfortunately for little Ruka, she will just end up getting hurt even more after waiting this long. Even when she's doing something so hard for her, she's going to get rejected here on her advances though. I'm not sure if I should expect Kazuya to officially cut things off here, because this would be the best time to do it, but I just don't see it happening. And in case you guys have forgotten, this is still considered a trial relationship, even though Shizuru has been sort of out of the picture for these two, and even through it all, Ruka has been there through thick and thin. And I just know that the Kazuya haters will hate on him even more for doing this, but like I said, this story is about Shizuru and Kazuya, but yeah, Kazuya does deserve a little hate for this from even from me. I'm gonna hate on him for, you know, breaking Ruka's little heart. So I would really appreciate if Kazuya would actually cut things off in the next chapter so poor Ruka can finally move on. But something tells me that that won't happen and they have to continue this trial relationship. But I know for sure she's going to get hurt in the next chapter when Kazuya refuses her and prolonging this breakup. If it was me, he should have just gone through with it. She's the best, guys. She's the best. But that's it from me, guys. But what did you guys think about the chapter? I loved it for the Ruka glaze, but also getting really sad at the impending doom that's looming. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, if you guys made it this far into the video, don't forget to hit the like and hype buttons. That would help me out so much. And while you're down there, why not hit the subscribe button and help me reach 5,000 subscribers before the year ends. And also guys, quick little announcement here. I was thinking of maybe starting out a Patreon and offering a podcast there where I can extend the weekly discussions and also talk about all the other anime and manga that I watch. Not only that, of course, we'll have polls too, so we can vote on the anime and manga that we can spotlight over there on the Patreon, and of course Q&As. And as you guys know, with YouTube, you really gotta take care of the channel's algorithm, and this way we can support the channel and keep the discussion going, and then eventually we're gonna merge both content and just have it all on the YouTube channel once we have enough of an audience. I'm still working out the kinks, so I'll let you know once I'm done thinking out the additional details at a later date. But in the meantime, you can also let me know some other suggestions for the Patreon. Maybe we can add some shout outs at the end of videos. If you guys like that kind of stuff, let me know down in the comments. But that's it. That's all I got. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Man, Kazuya should just do it already.